Hello everyone, just jumping on really quick just to let you know that there's some heavy topics in this vlog today regarding weight gain, anxiety and depression. Just to let everyone know, I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a psychiatrist, so all of the opinions are of my own or have been said to me by some type of medical professional. But again, everyone, each their own, however you deal with it, and I hope you enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome back. I thought I would do a different type of vlog today. I'm using my Canon EOS 2000D, which is something that's my normal photography camera, and I thought I would give it a go today for this type of video. So the past few videos, it's been quite a hectic, stressful, but also nice past couple of months. I thought I'll just give you back, guys, a kind of what's going on in regards to career, life and things like that. My prior video about why I left teaching got a really good reception. I even had a few people who I know actually who are in education emailing me asking to share the video because what I was saying was true for a lot of educators currently and why they're leaving the profession. So I thought I'll just touch base on where I'm going with my life and in things like that. Also my anxiety and depression. So yeah. So the title of this vlog is Almost 30 Depressed, Lost, Anxious and Jobless. So I celebrated my 29th birthday a couple of weeks ago, and if you are someone who's like me and a lot of other people, and it's really funny, one of the vloggers, Alicia Marie, she's also turned 29 and she kind of is fallen into this mass panic. And I feel like a lot of 29-year-olds fall into this, and it doesn't matter if you're the most chillest person ever, it's like, where am I going with my life? What's happening? Like 30 seems to be a big thing of like when we're in my 30, like by 30 we should have certain things and have certain viewpoints done and things like that. Like I should have a house, I should be married, I should have a child, blah blah blah. But for our parents' generation, our grandparents' generations, by then it was all done. Career, family. For a lot of people, I'm not commenting on everyone, from my perspective and from what I've seen, it has, by 30 everything was done. So for me, as this person now, I'm a bit like, I'm turning 30 next year, and I don't have any of that. I'm not married, I don't have a child, I'm currently jobless, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, and it's scary. So I just thought I was going to give just a quick backtrack to me, just in case someone new's watching this. Hi, I'm Tamara. Yeah, so I left my full-time job in December of 2021 as a full-time primary school teacher. I've been working in primary schools for actually worked in primary school for about 10 years, but 7 years as a fully qualified teacher. I've taught nursery year 1 and year 3. And then I took 5 months off. So for the 5 months I didn't do anything, I just learned to swim, which was a big thing for me, and I relaxed. I was recovering from burnout and a lot of issues that happened in my prior job, so I was just trying to get on with my life in that way. And then in May I decided to do supply work. So supply, if you're in America, I think it's substitute teacher, those sorts of things where you just go into schools, cover if a teacher's absent, or cover for a prolonged period of time whilst the teacher's away or things have happened in the school. So I was a supply 3 days a week for 7 weeks. In a reception class near to where I live. It was lovely, 3 days a week, I didn't have to do any planning, and I was just going in to teach, which was fantastic. So I caught COVID in the week before, in the week I would have finished that job, so obviously I didn't get paid for that. So when you're a supply teacher you do not get paid if you don't work, which is a part of being like a zero contract person. That is a bit of a bummer. So yeah, so I lost a week's wages, anyway. So now that's all done. I've spoken to my agency and they'll contact with me closer to the end of the summer holidays to discuss what I'm going to be doing next. If I'm going to continue supplying, am I going to leave it, or do I want a full-time job in teaching? I have made the decision that I will not be going back into primary school education full-time, ever. Actually, ever's a big thing, who knows. But for now, I will not be. I actually have not a clue what to do next, per se, so I started getting into this panic of I need money, and of course you need money to live, you need money to survive. So sadly it's this idea of, oh, I don't need that, is really not a probable thing. amount of money you need is obviously dependent on person. If you have a very lavish lifestyle, you're going to need a lot of money. If you don't, if you're very basic, you don't need much, you don't shop things like often and things, you won't need that much. For me, I enjoy shopping, I'm not gonna lie, and I enjoy having my own money. So that was a big part of my panic. So I've been thinking about, like, so me and my partner sat down, actually only yesterday, we sat down and we made a list of possible career choices for me. Now, I am not opposed to retraining, so I was looking even at apprenticeships and still looking at like jobs where I can use my skills as well, because I have got quite a lot of experience, and I found out there's lots of opportunities for teachers who coming out of education setting as per se as like a primary school or secondary school setting to do other things. And especially because I have so many years behind me, it is really good because I can go into, because of my managerial experience and things like that, I can go into other areas. But anyway. So I've decided to start thinking more outside of the box for myself. I'm going to touch on that a bit later. Linking to all of that, on a personal level, my anxiety has been really, really bad. Now, I'm someone who suffers from it really, really badly. Have since I was a child, and I've been diagnosed with severe anxiety. I've been through numerous therapies and things like that. I'm currently, and hopefully will never have to be medicated for it. That's my personal choice. If you need the medication, you take it. But I'm trying for myself, I don't want that. And I've made it very clear to doctors and people who have recommended things, and they've been very respectful of my decision. But anyway, back to anxiety. A big part of my anxiety is around weight gain. When I was young, let's say my early 20s, I was quite thin. I'm not a very tall person. I'm not even 5 foot. And I was really thin. Like, I was in like the 50 kilo, between 45 and 55 kilo percentile for most of my life. I met my partner, which was great, and then I had quite a bit of weight gain of 11 kilos, which was in the space of a year, which was really like, I was like, I don't know what happened to me. I used to be someone who was really into fitness and things, and that slipped. I started eating really badly, and I knew I did, and then it got to a stage where my trousers didn't fit anymore, and it was just one day it came, like I weren't thinking about it, and I was like, crap. And I weighed myself and I was like, oh my god, I'm 64 kilos. And for my height, that's not a good move. So that was about 2 years ago at the beginning of COVID situation. And then it got worse because obviously we all were locked in our houses basically. So fitness and stuff took a big slide, as well as mental health. So currently I'm getting better with it. I still have my bad days, and that's also been playing to my anxiety of worry about everything. It just accumulates into one big ball. Obviously the jobless situation, and not one, in the sense I know I can go get a job, and I can always, my teaching career, I'll always have opportunities, because that's always the case. Teaching is one of those jobs that is always a big need for, and there is currently in the teaching profession in England, there is a massive gap of teachers. There's not enough teachers to teach anymore. But anyway, so my journey started 2 years ago trying to lose weight. I'm currently at 60 kilos, so I've lost 4 kilos in the past 2 years, which is good, but I'm nowhere near what I was before. My body has severely changed. I look back at pictures and I get really low, and I'm trying to work on the mental health side of that thing of like your body will change. Like that was about 6 years ago. My life has changed, and trying to keep that mindset. So that was a part of it. So far it's the job and my weight. And then there was another aspect of it, is friendships. They say in your 20s you kind of find out who your real friends are. Me as a person, I am what would I say? I don't have many friends, but that's because of the type of person I am. I'm not a very big social butterfly. I was in my early 20s, but I'm not anymore. I made mistakes in my friendships, and like I have one friendship, as you've seen, it's Paige, who she's my closest friend, and we've been friends since we were 18. We met at university, and when we've argued, we've
had things happen in our friendship, but we always sort it out. We always have an argument, hash it out, and that's normal. And that's why I'm very grateful for my friendship with Paige, because she has shown me, like, even at your worst and your thing, like, there was points where we wouldn't talk, and then it would end up one person would approach the other and it would blow. And once it blew, we both knew that we would come back together. It would never be like, I'm done with you. And it's because we speak through our problems. It's like being in a relationship with your partner, in a romantic relationship. You talk through your issues to work it out. And it's always been that. However, I did have other friends in my past, still have them in my past, but they're not the same as they were to me. And it's been really, really hard. I feel quite lonely in my life at the moment. Obviously I've got my partner, I've got my family, but if you kind of know, like, the friendship side, and I have Paige, but Paige doesn't live in London, and I feel quite lonely because things change. Like, having anxiety and depression, if you are someone who knows what it's like, you tend to cut people out at certain times, and there's sometimes when you go really into yourself and you disappear off the grid. That's from my personal opinion. So googling how to make friends in your late 20s, and a lot of people say you make friends, you don't actually make friends in your late 20s, you make friends prior to that, through school, through university, and those are the friends that you keep. You don't generally make friends in your late 20s. The friends that you've had prior to this, you've kind of gone through that stage of sifting through all those people, and then who are you left with? And that's really tricky, in my opinion, because I find that really hard. Because I'm a bit like, but I don't have that many friends. And it's really difficult. Like, it's really interesting because I was having this discussion with my partner. When we look at our parents, my parents don't have many friends. Like, my parents have acquaintances. Their best friend is them. Like, to get them two together are their unit of, like, that's their partner, their life partner, but they're best friends. So, blah, blah. But they don't have best friends, it's them. And I've realised as time progresses in life, it reminds me, like, that even more so that your actual friends that you have in your life drop off. And especially if you're in a long-term relationship, that person becomes your best friend, even if they're not so also already. Like, my boyfriend is my best friend. We got together, not like on a friendship, we got together straight on a romantic basis, but it was very clear that we're best friends. Our personalities clash, but our personalities work. And I don't know, it's just getting older. This is my experience, this is my thing. Like, I can't really comment on anything else regarding this. But it's really interesting to see how the shift happens in relationships, and how, when you do look at people in their life, like, if they are in long-term relationships when they're in their 50s and stuff, that they don't really have that many people around them. Family's different, friendship-wise. Or they may have one really close friend, but that thing switches as well, because things in life change. Like, God, when children turn up, then things get really difficult, in the sense of you've had one friend has children and one friend doesn't. It's still workable, but again, like, the person who has a child, it has to be, like, they have to think of this other person. They can't just be like, oh yeah, let's go out for a drink, or oh yeah, let's go for a coffee, or are you free this evening to go to, I don't know, to get some food shopping or whatever. Don't work like that. And it's difficult, I can imagine, for people who have children who don't. And again, taking it from my parents' perspective, that must have been hard for them as well, because they were young, really young parents. But no. Right, so currently my relationship with my partner, that's the only thing I feel really secure in at the moment, which is great, because there's some people who don't have any of that. Very secure, and he's very supportive of me, and I'm extremely grateful for him. And he's kind of given me the realisation that things happen in life, and it's how you work through them. Yeah. So all of this stuff has been feeding into my ball of anxiety. That's what I like to call it, because I'm a person who likes to hedge everything into one, and then it turns into a big ball, and the ball starts rolling, and I get crushed by the ball. I obviously, in my mindset, always about my anxiety, I live with it. It's never going to be cured. I can put things in place to make it easier, but it is with me forever. There's not a magic anything magical. Even people who are on medication, it takes away the symptoms, it can make you feel better, but you, in the end, you still have it. And it's all about coping with it. Now, anxiety is not a bad thing unless it turns into something that's crippling, which I deal with sometimes. Because I also have the other end of the spectrum when you get those little butterflies in your stomach when you're nervous about something. And sometimes it can move into a bit of anxiousness, like you're applying for a job, you're going for an operation, you're, I don't know, you're having a baby, all of those sorts of things. It's not. The camera was full. My SIM card, this thing, memory card. Oh my god, that took me way too long to find it. Yeah, I can't remember where I finished off, so it probably was just a very straight cut. Just basically at the moment I don't have any confidence in myself to find a job and in my body and in my appearance. But I'm working on it, and I know this comes in peaks and troughs. I know that you get good days and bad days, and I've learnt that from my fights with anxiety. And I know it'll get better at one point. It's just I need to work on my self-esteem again. So, long story short, plan. I have decided to try and pursue a different career path. I'm a creative person. I enjoy being creative, and I would like to try and become an illustrator. I love to draw, I've always have. I like cartoons and things like that. What I do lack is imagination sometimes. And I'm going to sign up for a few courses. I've been looking into how to become an illustrator, and the thing about it is you don't need actually any formal qualifications. So what my plan is, I'm going to do these vlogs that are focused on finding a job, self-improvement. You're probably going to see my bad days as well as my good days, and the uprun to turning 30, because it seems to be a big thing, but it shouldn't be. It's just another year. It's another decade, and my partner and I were discussing this of how you put so much pressure on yourself depending on everybody else's timelines, and we don't need to. However, I'm one to talk because I'm feeling that pressure now. But I'm going to take you on this journey with me, and if there's any almost 30-year-olds out there, or anyone who is even in their early 20s and thinking about things, have a view of this, I hope it helps in somewhat. And even if it isn't about anything resonating about the 30s, even if you're a bit anxious and a bit low, I'm happy to discuss this. And I do want to do a very in-depth vlog on my journey with anxiety and depression. However, I do think it can be quite a dark one, and I don't want to upset anyone. But I can talk about coping mechanisms and stuff, and I know I said it in the past, but yeah, if anyone would like that, you can leave me a comment below, or you can like. That would be really helpful. Because I'm making content, and I know I've only, thank you to my 8 subscribers, but I'm trying to make things that people like to watch, and I'm learning, and I feel like I'm not the only person in this situation at the moment, and it's a big change, and no one's alone, because I've been feeling really lonely, and just to remember that you're not alone. And there's always people out there, and also I'm happy to have a discussion in the comments if anyone's feeling any upset. Also, this is all my own opinion. Full disclosure, I'm not a doctor. I can't talk about anyone else's life. Everyone has a different road to lead. Everyone has a different way of dealing with things. This is how I deal with things, but if anyone can resonate, anyone is feeling that way, we're all in this together. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. It is a long one. I'm going to go and edit this now. And I'm excited to take you on this journey with me, because it's going to start, and I'm going to stick to it. I also can see how I'm going to change things in my life and try and be held accountable for things in my life, because it's important, and for myself. And yeah, thanks for watching. This vlog was all over the place, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Speak to you guys soon, and yeah, bye bye.